SmackDown General Manager Nick Aldis announces history as the first Women's Mid-Card Championship on the main roster has been revealed as the Women's United States Championship. The original Bloodline has reunited and will face off against the new Bloodline in War Games at Survivor Series. Randy Orton is stretched out of SmackDown last night after Kevin Owens hit a Piledriver on his former tag team partner. An update on when we can expect the former Women's World Champion Rhea Ripley to return to in-ring competition after suffering an injury recently. Elimination Chamber is headed to Toronto, Ontario, Canada next year. And the latest WWE prospect has been revealed for the ID program. Hey guys, welcome back to Wrestling News 365. Hope everyone is doing very well. As always, there are plenty of news stories to get into in the world of professional wrestling. Let's begin with history being made last night on SmackDown with the announcement that the Women's United States Championship is now official. Now, there were rumors and rumblings prior to SmackDown going on the air on USA last night. It had been reported that General Manager Nick Aldis was going to be revealing a new title, and indeed he did reveal a new Women's Mid-Card title on Friday's episode, and the bout will be the Women's United States Championship. Aldis made the announcement in a pre-recorded video and said the title won't just be awarded or handed over, it will have to be earned. Aldis said the championship will be awarded to whoever is willing to go above and beyond and seize the moment. He told the roster the opportunity knocks and it's time to answer and make history. Now, Aldis didn't reveal specifics about how the title will be won, however. He didn't say if there would be a tournament culminating at an upcoming premium live event or a battle royal on SmackDown or anything like that. It also wasn't clear if the championship would be exclusive to SmackDown or if the bout will float between both brands, like the Women's Tag Team Championships, for example. Outside of the Women's Crown Jewel Championship won by Liv Morgan in Saudi Arabia, the last Women's Championship to be announced in WWE was the NXT Women's North American Championship, won by Kalani Jordan at NXT Battleground back in June in a ladder match, but this is officially the first mid-card title for the women's division on the main roster. What are your thoughts, Net? Let me know your reaction in the comment section below. Now, we all knew it was coming, but last night it was made official. The original Bloodline has fully reunited with Sami Zayn in tow, the latest to throw the ones up with Roman Reigns along with the Usos during SmackDown. After an opening segment that saw Reigns reject a reconciliation with his former honorary Us and subsequently appear to lose trust of the Usos, Reigns came down to the ring on his own during the main event segment to confront Solo Sikoa. Reigns challenged his cousin to a singles match, but Sikoa laughed in his face, challenging him instead to find 4 more others backstage ready to support him in a war. Reigns asked Sikoa if his intention was War Games, saying Sikoa only had 3 men beside him. Sikoa then claimed Zayn had joined his side in the battle, prompting Zayn to emerge at the top of the ramp. Zayn stood and watched as Reigns was attacked by the Bloodline, with the Usos coming down to save their cousin. Sikoa called for Zayn to deliver a haluva kick to Reigns, but Zayn instead kicked Sikoa's head, allowing for Reigns to hit a spear, and then the original Bloodline fought the rest of the mutineers to clear the ring. Zayn and Reigns stared each other down as Usos threw up the wands, the former raising his own finger and visibly asking Reigns, "Are you in or are you out?" Reigns finally raised a finger with the other 3, signaling that at least for now, the band is indeed back together. As the segment closed, commentary stated clearly that Reigns, Zayn, and the Usos would meet Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, and the former Gorillas of Destiny at Survivor Series in a War Games match. Now, it remains unclear whether a 5th man will be added to each side, but the reiteration of the 5-on-5 format WWE has used in main roster War Games matches thus far suggests more participants are to come. Now, when it comes to Bloodline segments, there's been a bit of confusion recently when it comes to Michael P.S. Hayes and Bruce Pritchard, because longtime WWE officials Bruce Pritchard and Michael P.S. Hayes are currently taking leaves of absence from WWE, reportedly for a family emergency and personal issues respectively. And 2 former WWE mid-card champions have been producing the Bloodline storyline on SmackDown while Hayes is gone. According to Fightful Select, Bobby Roode and JB Noble are working on Bloodline segments in Hayes' absence. The outlet reported that Hayes was responsible for producing almost all Bloodline-related segments, as well as Roman Reigns segments upon his return at SummerSlam. Fightful says Roode has been listed as a co-producer on many of Hayes' segments throughout the year, and the former United States Champion's work as a producer and agent is set to continue, and there are no plans to bring him back as a wrestler, though he is cleared for in-ring action. Noble, a former Cruiserweight champion, has produced numerous Bloodline segments and matches with Hayes out, including the Bloodline versus Bloodline match at Crown Jewel. Both Roode and Noble were listed as producers for the Bloodline versus Reigns and Cody Rhodes match at Bad Blood. Both Pritchard and Hayes are set to return to the company at some point, and it was noted earlier in the week that their absences weren't any indication of a changing of the guard behind the scenes. The Wrestling Observer's Dave Meltzer reported that the officials' absence are not related to each other. Hayes is one of the company's longest tenured producers, with nearly 30 years in the business. Now, Randy Orton was taken out last night on SmackDown by Kevin Owens using a banned move in the world of WWE. If the brawl at Crown Jewel that prevented their match from taking place wasn't enough for their feud, Kevin Owens sent Randy Orton out of SmackDown in an ambulance on Friday after hitting him with a banned move, the Piledriver, in the middle of the ring. After Owens sent Orton through a table with an elbow drop to end their fight in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, Orton appeared on SmackDown and appeared to call Owens out for a real match. At first, Owens hesitated with officials surrounding him on the stage, but changed his mind and stormed down to the ring. Owens and Orton brawled in the ring once again as officials attempted to break them apart. Owens hit the banned Piledriver to Orton. The move has been banned in the company since 2000, except for wrestlers with special permission, due to neck injuries being caused due to the move. Corey Graves called for paramedics to come to the ring as Orton laid gasping for breath. Orton was put out on a stretcher as Owens left through the crowd. Undisputed WWE champion Cody Rhodes came out to check on his friend and even left with him in the ambulance when Orton was loaded inside. Now, Rhea Ripley, speaking of legitimate injuries, Rhea Ripley, of course, does have one, and an update has emerged on WWE's plans for Ripley, with her current status revealed following the recent announcement of her injury. Now, if you weren't familiar, following Rhea Ripley being attacked by Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez on the October 29th NXT episode, WWE announced that Ripley had suffered a broken orbital bone. Recent reports have revealed that the injury is indeed legitimate, with Ripley taking some time away from the ring to recover from this injury. Liv Morgan says her revenge tour is now over. Many fans are waiting for Ripley to return and get her revenge on the current Women's World Champion and her bodyguard. Per PW Insider, while there is still no timetable for Ripley's return to the ring, there is hope that Ripley's injury may not actually be as bad as first initially feared. The report noted that Ripley has been earmarked for a big role at WrestleMania 41 in April of 2025, and WWE is crossing their fingers, hoping she'll be cleared to compete by then. Ripley last wrestled on the October 14th episode of Raw, which actually taped the week prior on October 7th, teaming with Tiffany Stratton to face off against Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. Now, Elimination Chamber. News on Elimination Chamber, considering there was quite a few places and locations thrown around earlier this year about possibly where the PLE could end up next year. For the second consecutive year, WWE Elimination Chamber will take place internationally, with Toronto, Ontario, Canada set to host the final premium live event before WrestleMania 41. Toronto has become a popular destination for WWE over the last few years, with both Money in the Bank this past July and Elimination Chamber in 2023 taking place from the Scotiabank Arena. However, Friday, WWE announced that Elimination Chamber 2025 will be held at the Rogers Centre on Saturday, March 1st, marking the first time the company will return to the venue since WrestleMania 18 in 2002. WWE CCO Triple H released a statement following the news where he expressed his excitement to host another WWE PLE in Canada. He said, quote, "Canada is an amazing place to host our biggest premium live events with its passionate fans and rich history that spans decades," said the game. On the heels of the record-breaking Money in the Bank this past July, we are excited to return to Toronto for an even larger event in 2025. This past summer, Money in the Bank became the highest-grossing Canadian WWE arena event in company history and also featured 16-time world champion John Cena's shocking retirement tour announcement. The Rogers Centre also hosted some of the most iconic and greatest moments in WWE history, with the Icon versus Icon match between The Rock and Hulk Hogan taking place at WrestleMania 18, as well as the first one-on-one match between Hogan and the Ultimate Warrior back at WrestleMania 6. Now, Elimination Chamber 2025 priority passes are now available via On Location, offering fans the ability to receive premium seating, meet WWE stars, take ringside photos, and other perks. All of the details can be found at WWE.com. And finally, yet another prospect has been revealed for the WWE ID program. Since the announcement of WWE's next game-changing endeavor, the WWE Independent Development Program, WWE ID for short, 3 prospects have already been announced to participate. On X, another name has been recruited to the roster, Cartwheel Jack Summit, known for his highly energetic acrobatic maneuvers that have left fans speechless across the world, and as well as Sacramento, California. His talent was scouted from GCW, that being Game Changer Wrestling, Wrestling, an independent promotion that specializes in hardcore wrestling, mixed martial arts, and shoot-style matches. Before joining WWE's newest program, Summit's cartwheeling abilities landed him in various promotions outside of GCW, including Ring of Honor, AAA, AEW, Rev Pro, and the NWA. Summit now joins the Real Deal, Zeta Steel, Bryce Donovan, and Cold Brew Cappuccino Jones as the first four to be revealed for WWE ID. Last week, WWE CCO Triple H announced that WWE will join forces with 5 independent wrestling schools, that being Reality of Wrestling, The Nightmare Factory, Black and Brave Academy, Elite Pro Wrestling Training Center, and Knox Pro Academy, as designated partners to help recruit and develop the next generation of stars. As Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer pointed out after the news on WWE ID broke last week, those who have been already signed are not restricted on where they can work or if they can receive contract offers from other promotions. However, WWE does have the right to block the signing of any non-WWE contracts and sign the talent to a WWE deal instead. Another WWE ID prospect is set to be announced this weekend at Booker T's Reality of Wrestling Super Sunday event. Some of the wrestlers scheduled for the show include Promise Braxton, Ray Chanel, Will Allday, Ice Williams, Cam Cole, Ryan Davidson, and former MLW World Tag Team and IWA Caribbean Heavyweight Champion Richard Holiday. But there you go, guys. Latest pro wrestling news for you. Be sure to smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. As always, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and I'll speak to you again very, very soon.
Hey guys, thank you for watching, listening, streaming, or however you come across the video today. Be sure to click on the video on the right there to watch our next video, or click the bottom there to subscribe, or the bottom right-hand corner. Thank you very much, and I'll speak to you again very soon.